brand.
Russell
Controversial conspiracy theorist.
Trying to bring real journalism to the American people.
Hello there, you awakening wonders. We are back in the panhandle. Tim Pool is a Jew. That's just a comment I'm reading off of Rumble. If you're watching us anywhere other than Rumble, get over to Rumble. If you don't have Rumble Premium yet, get Rumble Premium now, and then Tim Pool can tell you whether or not he actually is Jewish. I don't feel like he's. I don't know. Also, do you care? Do you mind? Do you mind? Look at this. Russell dated a Rothschild. She was a goldsmith, man. A goldsmith, not a Rothschild. So there were members of her family that were married to Rothschilds. If you've got questions about that, ask me, baby. This is a free speech platform. And this is a time of disclosure and the revelation of hoaxes and deception and lies. Let me know what you think, especially if you're over here from Timcast, that member of the 12 tribes, Tim Pool over there. If you're over here from there or from Crowder's Mug Club, they're on a break, aren't they? We were on a break. Get that reference, kids? Yeah. If you are, let me know what you think about the Russiagate hoax. Do you think it's a distraction from the Epstein list, or do you actually think it's very important? And part of the reason why we had such total distrust and a breakdown in democratic institutions is because all the people that posed and postured, and I say this as a former, was I a liberal? Am I a liberal? I'm in Hollywood, I'm a former drug addict. I love Martin Luther King. I was vegan for a while. I believe in total freedom, individual freedom. I don't know what I was. I believe in civil rights. Let me know in the comments and chat what you think I am. Come on, bring it. I'm inviting it. Let me know on X. Let me know on YouTube. I knew. I'll tell you this, though. 2008, I was excited, Jake. Back from DC, baby. I was excited. It's real. I was excited when Obama got elected. I don't know about you, Louisiana racists and you Miami Jews. When Obama got, I was like, well, this is good for America. What a turnaround. Brilliant. There's Oprah Winfrey. There's black kids on the stage. I'm like, this is good stuff, man. So when I find out that Barack Obama is kind of a sort of a Project Obama, like Project AOC, these people are put together by the system. Not only is Russiagate a hoax, the whole system is a hoax. The whole idea of democracy is a hoax. Let me know if you think that in the comments and chat. If you're watching us on Locals, our beloved friends over there. If you're watching us on the Rumble chat, let us know over there. Get on over here. This is the place where Marjorie Taylor Greene can speak freely, where Rand Paul can tell you what he really thinks, where Dr. and Lisa Oz can talk, where Tommy Robinson, if you're from the UK, you'll know that name, can come and speak freely. Let's get into this Obama Russiagate stuff. Maybe they never even told us. I don't know. Maybe we dreamt it. Maybe there never was a COVID pandemic. Maybe there never was a Wuhan lab leak. Maybe the Democrats never told us that Donald Trump peed on a bunch of prostitutes and had been colluding with Putin and stuff like that. Maybe we dreamt it. Let me know what you think in the comments and the chat.
Russia hacking the election to elect Trump is the end of our democracy. Votes were definitely affected. Russia hacked the election to tilt it to Mr. Trump.
The Russians definitively hacked the election.
Russia did hack the election.
No doubt. The Russians hacked the election.
Yes, Russia hacked the election.
Fact, Russia hacked the election.
President-elect Donald Trump still not sounding convinced that Russia hacked the election.
The president does not want to come to terms with the fact that the Russians hacked the election.
President Trump says he still wonders if the Russians hacked the election.
If you can get him to accept that Russia hacked the election, see if you can get him to accept who won the Civil War.
If he admits it, it casts a shadow on his victory over Hillary Clinton.
Okay, so it seems that the legacy media, the Democrat Party institution, told us plainly, clearly, repeatedly, incessantly, nearly, that there was a Russiagate collusion. So how can we ever trust them again? And when they tell us that Trump is a pedophile and a rapist and a racist, how can we trust their perspective? How can we ever again yield to their view? Now, that's not to say that there isn't a significant need for radical intervention and revision when it comes to the institutions of your country and your government, I say, as a visitor in your great nation, because if you spend any time in DC, you will know that this great new Rome, and it is still somewhat new, 250 years in, this powerful empire has become corrupted, has strayed from the principles of your Declaration of Independence and your Constitution, significantly from the writings of Thomas Paine, from the vision of the Founding Fathers, significantly, perhaps unalterably. Let me know if you think that even if we're not living in a kind of simulation, we're living in a reality that's so carefully managed by sets of media interests, by institutions of power, whether they're commercial or state. It kind of amounts to a simulation. Let me know what you think about that, because Barack Obama and me, dear sweet little Russell Brand, a fresh-faced youngster, living in a Hollywood mansion overlooking the hills, over there from a blue-collar background myself, heart and eyes wide open, about to embrace an endless folly's bounty of flesh, believed that Barack Obama was the future of America, that America was in safe hands, and it seems that I was misled and fooled. Were you misled and fooled? The Obama administration knew before and after the 2016 election that Russia did not affect the vote's outcome through cyber attacks, according to a document released by the great Tulsi Gabbard from the Trump administration on Friday. Tulsi Gabbard will be coming on the show soon, you better believe that. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard made public more than 100 pages of emails, memos and other records cataloguing what she called Obama officials' conspiracy to subvert Trump's 2016 victory. Both before and after the Democrat Hillary Clinton's loss, the US intelligence community assessed that Russia played no significant role in influencing the election. I gotta tell you, I ran into some Secret Service officials while I was recently in DC. Good, brave men and women. In my case, and on this instance, they were all men. And everyone seemed pretty... there could be women ones. Whoa! Watch out now! I'm not... Whoa! I'm not suggesting that women don't do fantastic things in public office and public life. In fact, you're going to have to see our Russell Brand unpacked on Audrey White, activist arrested in the United Kingdom for... Well, I mean, let me tell you. Tell me, does this look like a crime to you? Where is it, man? There it is. Thank you, beautiful. She was arrested for this. Not the content of the sign, the very act of holding up a sign. So now it's not just free speech online in the UK that's contraband, it's all forms of free speech. Now, what we were told, and I don't want to blow this, but someone said, we asked, who's the worst we asked a Secret Service official, who's the worst person you ever worked for? Tell us. What are they like? I want you to let me know in the comments and chat who you think it was. Let me know in the Rumble chat. I'll be checking the Rumble chat and the Locals chat for that. I'll give you just this clue. You're going to love it. You're going to love the answer. You are going to love the answer. You're going to love it. But Barack Obama, we all believed in him. I don't know if you did. I don't know what Louisiana Jake there and Miami Jew, beloved Isaac there, shalom, shalom, thought. But we... British folks, Hollywood folks, thought Barack Obama means that America is in safe hands. But that didn't turn out to be the reality. Here's Trump saying that Obama has been caught and it's time to go after him. I think this might be the Truth Social post.
The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold. Tulsi Gabbard, what they did to this country in 20...
Thanks, Mug Club, for the stream and the cream. We appreciate both. We appreciate both. We'll be going to Dallas soon. We're going on that show. We're going for real. We are going to Dallas to experience its commercial sterility, its cowboys, its virility. We are getting over there. Thank you, Crowder. If you're over here from Mug Club, welcome. Get on over here. We're talking about Barack Obama. People like me who felt optimistic when Barack Obama came into office. But by the time it got to Russiagate, I knew by then, what we're living in is a kind of simulation, a kind of matrix where your emotions are stimulated by corrupt systems. Do you think, though, that this is very convenient while many people are captivated by the omission of the release of the Epstein files, which have become, don't you agree, a kind of symbol for let us know what the powerful interests that transcend democracy have been doing? Are they paedophiles? Are they occultists? Are they taking advantage of Jeffrey Epstein's financial maneuvering and Machiavellianism? Was he connected to Mossad? Are there forces beyond government that cannot be revealed? We all know the answer to that. It's yes, isn't it? Let me know if you agree in the comments and chat. You know, we've gone from conspiracy theory to conspiracy fact so many times. If you did that in another context... No, why is that the first reference I thought of? I thought of tunnel transition. That was my reference. That was the first reference I thought of. I don't know what's wrong with my mind, man. Let's get back to Trump.
2016, starting in 2016, but going up to 2020 in the election. They tried to rig the election.
Got a lot of guesses coming in. What are you saying, Jake?
It's a pretty united chat for the first time in the history of
We've
Rumble.
Unified the chat.
Unified all the crazies.
Zionists, the anti-Semites. They're all together. Who do they think?
Hillary Clinton.
You intuitive, beautiful, brilliant American people. You must have the Holy Spirit upon you, because it was Hillary Rodham Clinton. They said, she don't even look at you. She treats you like an object. Is that the worst thing you've ever heard about Hillary Clinton? No, me neither. Now, let me just have a little sip of the old adrenochrome. I'm frazzled, drip ready, baby. I'm ready for the show. Now, whether or not there is weird occultist bloodletting stuff going on in the upper echelons of society, them elites and institutions that seem to be able to transcend power, that's a matter for speculation, and as the great Whitney Webb says, difficult to corroborate. What's not difficult to corroborate is that Russiagate was a hoax. And we'll be talking about Stephen Colbert a little later, and his fall from grace and his willingness to corroborate and amplify the intentions of the powerful. There is only one king. There is only one leader. Who is it? It's not Donald Trump, and though Donald Trump is doing, some would say, a fine job. But what's going on with them files, baby? Here he is on the hoax.
The election, and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did.
What? He said ex-wife of the president.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
Interesting. He does things like that on purpose, doesn't he? That's deliberate. He's done that on purpose. What are you saying about Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton's marriage? The stuff went on. Come on, surely not.
But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything to be highly classified. Well, the highly classified's been released, and what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level.
Certainly, Russia played no significant role in influencing the election. But think how many times you heard that. If you hear stuff enough times, and I have personal experience of this, when the entire media appears to operate as one unit, conveying one message, question that. Question it. Look into the Trusted News Initiative. Look into the alliances. Look into their ownership models. Look into the intentions of the powerful. Do you think they want to protect you, empower you, inform you and educate you, elevate you, awaken you, have you rise up and be free, run your own life, have your own ability to worship freely, to connect with the glory that is yours by birth if you repent and turn? No, they don't is the answer. It's rhetoric. This is a rhetorical device. They want you enslaved. And if they can't call it slavery, they'll find another name. But they will find a way to take your time and to take your money and to take your spirit and to take their toll on you. And the Russiagate hoax is just one example of their fully immersive, deceptive system. Is the Epstein list also? Let me know in the comments and chat what you think about that. Let me know if there's any way we're going to get them files and what's contained within them that makes them so deliciously irresistible. What is it about it? What do you see them as representing? Do you think that you are going to see names like the Obamas and the Clintons and the Gates and the truly powerful, the Soroses? Do you see it really as a crucible of your enemies, just held in the dark palm of Satan, waiting for the coruscating light of the Lord to burn them out into ashes and dust before his return? Let me know in the comments and chat what you think about that. Among the documents was September 12, 2016 intelligence community assessment that determined foreign adversaries do not have and will probably not obtain the capabilities to successfully execute widespread and undetected cyber attacks on election infrastructure. James Clapper's office also concluded foreign adversaries did not use cyber attacks. Okay, other findings say that the likely hacking of Illinois voter registration databases did not affect the electoral count and was unsuccessfully attempted. Criminal activity also failed to reach the scale and sophistication necessary to change election outcomes. So it seems like the hard facts are these. Russiagate was a Democrat-constructed media project designed to undermine the electoral process of your nation, the institutions of democracy, and obviously specifically Trump. Those findings were suppressed by the FBI, led by James Comey at that time, said he was going to dissent from the draft's conclusion based on some new guidance. Clapper then spearheaded an alternative intelligence report claiming the Kremlin orchestrated hackings of Democratic National Committee emails, thousands of which were later posted online by WikiLeaks, and intervened in the presidential contest in favor of Trump. Several officials, including John Brennan, CIA, Secretary of State John Kerry, and FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, met at the White House on the 9th of December 2016, where Obama began tasking each to look into Russia election meddling. The 44th president ordered a new intelligence assessment from those bodies and organizations, and a bunch of them three-letter agencies, about Russia's related activities. And in short, the entire thing was a colossal construction. 2 months before the midterms, Obama continues to spread the Russia hoax. This is in 2018. So it was a deliberate media project. Now, this, if you ask me, and I'd love to know what you know in the comments and chat, does not mitigate the failure to disclose other information that might further impugn powerful interests, aka the Epstein files. But what it does do is tells you that anyone that continues to attack Trump on the basis of racist, rapist, paedophile has no ground upon which to stand. The institutions and systems themselves, and I can tell you with this with new clarity after visiting the great empire, the Rome, which some would say kind of Whore of Babylon vibes, is that the systems and institutions need to be returned to you, the people. They need to be returned to you. You need to be able to run your own community, your own life, to be free, to be absolutely free. This technology that's being used to surveil us and to control us and manipulate us and ID us and dampen us down and control us and spellbind us and hem us in on every side with pixelated illusion and lies, where AI and robotics are being used to turn us into a drone hive mind. This very technology could be used to empower and free us, were it guided by the ultimate principle. Let me know what you think about that in the comments and chat. While we look at this, Barack Obama continued to lie as late as the midterms of 2018. Let's have a look.
They're undermining our alliances, cozying up to Russia. What happened to the Republican Party?
What happened to the Democrat Party? What happened to all of our dreams? What happened to that plucky lawyer from Illinois, Kenya, Hawaii? Where is that guy from? Let me see his birth certificate. No. What happened to that guy? I saw a PBS documentary of Barack Obama while he was still a senator, or maybe prior to being a senator, and I thought, wow, man, this is the kind of guy you need. People that understand the law. People that understand what democracy's for. In a way, you have to recognize this. There are no real heroes and villains. There is but one true hero, the maker and the center of all story, the creator of all meaning. The rest of us, we're flawed. We're broken. You're broken. Trump's broken. I'm broken. Obama is broken. Michelle Obama is broken. She'd have to submit to some kind of full-body MRI to detect the nature of that brokenness. AOC is broken. Joe Biden, Hunter, is broken. We are all broken together. Unless we are willing to surrender to the highest principle, then what hope do we have? The problem is this. Reason without divine principle becomes self-centered in the extreme. We live in systems that are oriented towards a rationalism voided of divine principle. Therefore, everyone reasons their way into absolute power. Everyone reasons their way into why other people's free speech should be shut down. Everyone reasons their way into justifying their own agenda, their own urges, their own transgressions. But you don't need to justify your own transgressions. You are already justified. You are loved more than you could ever know. Don't forget the love. Don't fall backwards into the yawning abyss of hatred. That's where they want you. Waken up, rise up, vibrant in his light. Let's see what Barack Obama was saying before those midterms. Sexy old lunatic.
Its central organizing principle in foreign policy was the fight against communism, and now they're cozying up to the former head of the KGB.
Did you notice that one of the things they started saying about Tulsi Gabbard the whole time is she's a Russian agent, she's a Russian agent. No, you're a Russian agent. I'm not crying, you're crying. Every time someone's a threat to them, they become a Russian agent. Actually, I was accused of being a Russian agent. A CIA carve-out that came out of the Atlantic Council produced content, it was called something like Ultravox or something, in Ukrainian language saying, Russell Brand and many other people, they are pro-Putin apologists. I'm not pro-Putin apologist. I don't know anything about old, dear old, sweet, lovely Putin. Give me my goddamn rubles, baby. I got to have them rubles. Give me them rubles. Where's me rubles? Where's me rubles? Gotta get myself a lovely little ruble. The Gabbard's expose draws heavily on astounding new details dredged up by a whistleblower from the Office of Director of National Intelligence who informed Clapper there was no indication of a Russian threat to directly manipulate the actual vote count through cyber means. The whistleblower was pressured by the NIO. Oh, Christ. There's so many boring words in this. By the National Intelligence Officer for... So that's what they do. They try to bore us into submission, don't they? Like... Language is so bureaucratic. In the end, you just think, oh, God, is there any heroin available so I can get through this thing? Just a small amount of heroin. God, that heroin was good. Should we take that again? Yeah. Should we take it all the time? Yeah. Should we never stop taking it all the time? Yeah. Where's my wife and family? Yeah. Who cares? Got the heroin. That's why you don't do heroin. And that's why you don't trust the government. And that's why you do trust Tulsi Gabbard, because she's a good person. She's a good person. You need to try. Anyway, look, you know it's blag. You know it's a lie. We've known it's a lie for a long time. Of course you can't trust them. You know that. I know that. These systems are themselves flawed. Start taking responsibility yourself. You are not weak. And in your weakness, actually, you are weak. You're weak. You're terribly weak. But through your weakness, his strength may abide. And if we live by his principles, then surely the channel might align. Let's not try to run on senseless self-will and primary urges. Let's not yield to fear. Let's not yield to hate. Let's together start to recognize that there are absolute principles through which we can organize society, and Lord alone knows that perfection ain't for this realm, but if we are at least informed by the spiritual realm rather than rationalism, materialism, vice, then we have a chance. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments and chat. Do you have Rumble Premium yet? Why not? What are you waiting for? The rapture? What are you waiting for? Who do you think's going to pay for Rumble Premium for you? If you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to count our way out of here. Pretty soon, we're going to do one more story for YouTube. We're going to talk to you about AOC. Is it possible that as MTG, that's Marjorie Taylor Greene, Congresswoman Greene to you and me, said that AOC potentially was funded by Israeli interests? Let me know in the comments and chat. Is she the new Obama? A construction? Is AOC a Zionist? Well, she said fraud, you know, but I want to say something like this. Construction. A papier-mâché marionette constructed for Zionist interests. That's not a bad poem. That's not a bad poem. Before we get into that story, here's a quick word from one of our sponsors. They're good people, I can tell you categorically. What if your coffee didn't just wake you up, but actually awakened you to new realms of consciousness? That's what's being promised by 1775 Peaberry. Why are you drinking stinking, jaded, lukewarm, dirty, filthy grey coffee beans when you could be having vibrant, revolutionary coffee like this one? It's an elixir of pure innocence. It's a glorious and awakening drink. Pea berries are the outliers, the lone wolves, the beans that grow solo on the branch. No twins, no compromise, no hangers-on, no hemorrhoids. Just one dense, round, flavour-packed powerhouse that tastes like it's been preparing for this cup its entire life. Let me take a sip of it now. Oh, holy beverage, we salute you. Less than 5% of all beans can become pea berries. They're the Navy SEALs of coffee beans. Some of them just can't take Hell Week. Which basically means your morning brew is rarer than a mainstream journalist telling the truth. Jake Tapper, you must have seen that Joe Biden was old. He was obviously old.
I think you have absolutely no standing to diagnose somebody's cognitive decline.
It's grown high in the Bolivian mountains where the air is thin, the vibes are thick, and the beans basically whisper ancient truths to the winds. No acidic afterburn, no synthetic weirdness, and none of the lingering shame that tastes like the hotel minibar after a 3-day bender with all the snow. Hey, I played that guy in a couple of movies. I've lived that film. I was that film. But this coffee doesn't leave you hungover in a feather boa or speaking fluent nonsense. Just bold, smooth, consciousness-activating coffee with clean energy and antioxidants so potent, I drank it and remembered 3 of my past lives. Go to 1775coffee.com, use the code BRAND and get 15% off. Peaberry Wonder, Hallucinations, Glory, Psychedelic Wonder, all available here. Use the link, get the discount, get the free shipping, benefit from an awakening bean. You lunatic, you. Hello there, you awakening wonders. Thanks for being with us today on Stay Free with Russell Brand. What are you saying, Jake?
Somebody give you $10.
Well, who are they? Because that's
Mr. Tough Guy 78.
Mr. Tough Guy 78.
Did you enjoy playing Out of Snow?
Yeah, sometimes I liked it. I mean, I did sometimes like playing Old as Snow. Do you remember that in that scene that we've used as B-roll in that 1775 commercial, Meghan Markle was in that scene? Yeah, baby, you check that movie out again. Like on Prime, I probably get some sort of derivative. Like Meghan Markle was in the scene, and I feel like I maybe had I feel like it'll be on camera. Like I feel maybe like I kissed her in that. Yeah, that's what I feel like. What do you feel about that, Isaac? It's put a little smile on your face, isn't it?
Fully entrenched in the monarchy, huh?
I mean, don't you dare. I'm not fully entrenched. You got some nerve coming here with that circumcised penis and telling me with your circumcised winky woo that I am the person that's in the establishment.
You put her there, didn't you?
I got her there. That's what I did. I have been working with the Illuminati for some time now. Hey, our watch-along's going to be good this week. We're doing an unbiased look at Adolf Hitler. Can you believe it? Looking forward to that, Isaac?
Should have let him in art school.
He was a pretty good artist, mate. He was pretty good at the old drawing. A lot of people overlook that when assessing Hitler. That some of those paintings were quite good. Now then, adultery never pays. Here is the Coldplay cam is now, the Kiss cam, the Jumbotron, which was always a. Yeah, I know Ozzy Osbourne died. God rest his eternal soul. May God rest his eternal soul. Sharon. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, listen, Ozzy Osbourne was a good guy. I feel I met him once or twice. He was pretty. It seemed like he'd been pretty ravaged by the old drugs. That show, that MTV show, which offered him a sort of revivification and kind of, in a sense, contributed to the creation of reality TV, didn't it? Significantly. And I'll tell you this, all TV's reality TV now. Even something like those Jubilee debates, like 20 atheists versus Jordan Peterson, or 20, what do they call them, right-wing conservatives versus Mehdi Hussein. They have become kind of constructions now. Like, everything is designed for clickbait. We work in independent media, and it's so difficult for us to sort of go, oh man, should we, what should we put out? We know we have to put out stuff that people's going to watch. Everything gets oriented towards finance. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to remain on track, isn't it? Let's not pretend we know what we're doing, you or me or any of us. We're down here. Even if you don't believe in God, you're here just amidst some nihilistic chaos beyond even infinity, beyond conception. And if you do believe in God, then thankfully you can surrender to God and allow God to direct you. Let's have a look now at this ridiculous Kiss Cam thing. I want to look at that debate with Mehdi Hussein. I want to talk about AOC, Project AOC. Let me know if you believe in that. Oh, God, I'm so hungry. Oh, no, early. Oh, no. I can't be hungry yet. I can't be, can I? So did I like playing... Look, when I look back at making movies, I want to like making movies because I like showing off and I like playing and I like improvising and I met a lot of really, really good people. Really good people. But something about it I don't like. What is it? Sometimes it's a bit boring. This is what I like about Ozzy Osbourne. He snorted up that line of ants. That's badass, huh? Ants in the... I don't even like ants down the pants. I don't like ants on the ankles. Ants in the nasal cavity. Ants in the sinuses. Oh, Ozzy, we barely knew ye. With a sinus full of fire ants, you showed us how to party. R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. Sharon! That is what I like about culture. That is what I like about sport. I like it when people start taking the piss en masse. Joy. Like that's spirit, man. That's Holy Spirit. They're trying to drain that out of you. Have you walked around this planet ever since COVID? People are drab and drifting. I was in that DC and there's no spirit, man. Everybody's sort of like listless, funereal, sort of trudge through life, man. It's like a cortege everywhere. Let me know if you've noticed that. When you see something like that, that's a bit of spirit. People are joking, mucking around, playing. Do you notice how politicians try and be funny in their speeches? Maybe not Trump. That dude is funny. They try and do jokes the whole time. They try and act all human because they sort of know that we regard them as androids, you know, as kind of odd sort of simulated beings, sort of rendering just information that's useful for their overlords. See a little bit of this playfulness. That's good gear. That's good gear. That's the spirit of play. So good. People are doing it really well. Well done, everyone. A bit of spirit there. Well done, everyone. Have a laugh. Don't let them crush your spirit, man. They will work hard to crush that spirit. Don't let them. And the only way to do that, I think, is to remain connected to the source. Let me know what you think about that in the comments and the chat. Yeah, you get the idea. Hey, look, I'll put that. There's Ozzy Osbourne, so that you can use that when you're making the short that I reckon that you'll probably make using that. All right, so listen, if you don't let me become jaded and cynical. All right, listen, if you're watching us on YouTube, you maniac. The Trusted News Initiative is an alliance of media groups that work together to ensure that you live in a 360 snow globe of deceptive information. That's why everyone's making you feel all this stuff, drink all this stuff, take all these medications. But there is a way out. We're going to be talking about RFK. He's gotten, finally, the COVID shot off of the vaccine schedule. What do you think about that? For children, adults, you should still take it. Even though, let's face it, in our heart of hearts, we all know that if they'd have just ignored COVID and not told us, we'd just be going, bad cold going around, isn't there? Bad cold going around. That's a bit of a bad cold. Hey, maybe if people are right old and sort of clinically obese, give them a bit of distance. But other than that, get on with your life without the intervention of evil forces. That's just why I think Bobby Kennedy stepped in, though. Thank the Lord.
Hi, everybody. I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS Secretary, and I'm here today with NIH Director Dr. Jay Bhattacharya and FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary.